those moments where we have an economic crisis, we've got fears of recession, we have an oil crisis, we have people unable to afford gasoline for their cars. We've got the subprime mortgage crisis affecting the Canadian market. So we've got these, and we've got a climate crisis. So we've got this layering of crisis. And let me tell you, Stephen Harper hasn't been able to run campaigns based on the policies that he would like to implement. The way this works is you run a campaign based on what people want to hear, like you're going to protect public health care, you're going to protect public broadcasting, don't worry, it'll be status quo. But then after you're in office, you use the emergency to say, sorry, we have no choice. Now, if we want to know how this works, we don't have to look to the Tories, look to the Liberals, because they are the masters of this. They did it in '93. They ran on a campaign of jobs, jobs, jobs. They said that they were going to renegotiate NAFTA because it wasn't fair on labor and the environment. And when they were elected, they said, sorry, we've got an economic crisis on our hands. And they did more damage to our social safety net than the Tories have done. They were the Hall-Martin cuts were the cuts that originally did the damage to healthcare that we're still feeling today. The Liberals are also the ones who got us into Afghanistan, who began the process of turning us into climate renegades on the world stage. So this has absolutely been teamwork. Now, what the Liberals are doing is they're capitalizing on the fact that they know Canadians don't actually want this, that we don't feel that this is our country. And they know that we want real leadership on the environment, on economic equality, on human rights. And they're telling us what we want to hear. And what we do know is that they are quite expert at using these issues, at capitalizing on these issues, at articulating these issues, but we have to remember that we can't trust them once they're in office to make good on all of these themes that they will have been capitalizing on in the election. Now, one of the things that makes Canada special, it's not just public broadcasting, healthcare, public education, it is that we are, and this is connected to all of this, it is that we are not a two-party state like the United States, so on display in the Democratic and Republican conventions these past 2 weeks. We are not locked into that system where you perpetually have to vote for the lesser of evils and just trade power between these two dominant systems. We have the NDP. That is a huge part of what makes us different and what won the victories that make us different in the past. So